Yes, my people, welcome to Sport People TV, where you can hold unfiltered discussion. You can voice your opinion. You can bring your thoughts, your feelings, and we listen. We can talk sport, whether it be football or whether it be cricket. But guess what? We're going to focus on cricket tonight because West Indies have won 5 matches in a row. They're on a roll. Listen, this T20 World Cup is full of surprises. But what is not surprising is that West Indies are hitting sixes on top of sixes on top of sixes behind one another. Listen, the man them a bat. The man them a bat, the man them a bowl. It's just coming together. You know, sometimes the batting come together and the bowling let them down, and sometimes the bowling come together and the batting let them down. But the squad is gelling, right? Darren Sammy is, I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something good. I tell you, let's go through what they've been doing in the T20 2026 World Cup so far. So the first match they played Scotland. Listen, you may think, okay, Scotland is not a big cricket nation, but guess what? We have seen this time and time again where Scotland could have been like a banana skin for West Indies. They could have slipped and slide. You know, they could have been embarrassed because they were embarrassed before in the last World Cup. Right? But we're not going to shed on no negative. We're not going memory lanes. We're going to stay on the positive. Because in this World Cup, in the first match of the tournament for West Indies, they put on a show. Let me take this off. They made 182, my fact, 182 for 5. Right? Of their 20 overs. Right? And the batsman that made the highest score in that match was actually the big man himself, Ed Meyer. Ed Meyer is in tremendous form this T20 World Cup. Not just the World Cup, but in 2026. The end of 2025 to 2026, he has been in tremendous form. Matter of fact, him look fitter. Him look in shape. Like him really just now fulfilling his potential. Just by being a bit more disciplined. I can see that. But I tell you, the side batted well. They battered Scotland. Scotland was all out for 147 in that match. They didn't stand a chance. West Indies did not give them a chance. For the mammoth total of 180 plus, by that total alone, they know they couldn't win. That was their first win. And then one of the biggest tests in that first round was England. And everybody thought, you know, Scotland was a small side, so they were going to lose against England. You know, West Indies always surprise you, but they didn't let us down. They battered England. They trashed England by making 196 for 6. Right? England was all out for 166. But look at the scorecard for a second. Raston Chase coming up chumps with 34 of 29 deliveries. Rutherford again with a 76 because he has been knocking on the door for some time. No, he has been consistent for some time. Let me say that. Right? He made 76 of 42 balls. Yes, he rescued the innings and anchored it to the end. As I said, to the end, he was not out. I tell you. And Jason Older, yes, the man of the hour, came in 33 of 17 deliveries. Absolutely awesome. Yeah? The pick of the bowlers for that in that innings. Let me go on it and let you see it. The pick of the bowlers for that innings was actually Moti. Kudeshif Moti with his spin delivery. Absolutely awesome. I didn't get to watch that match, but I saw the highlights. I tell you, I love it. We're just going through the matches that West Indies have played so far before we get to the big match, Zimbabwe, with their trash. Alright? So West Indies played Nepal and Nepal batted first and made 133 for 8. You know, respectable total, I might say. It's something you can bowl at. You made 133, you say, okay, it's not the best, but we can work with it. You know, if our bowlers, you know, keep it tight and, you know, minimize the amount of boundaries that is hit. But West Indies didn't mess around. 134 for 1. With, I think Brandon King, let me go on it. I think Brandon King and Hope, yes. So Shea Hope made 61 of 44 deliveries. He did not waste any time. Right off the bat, he was gunning. Right? He hit 5 4s and 3 6s. He wasn't wasting any time. And Shimron Hetmeyer, I tell you, man, that man is on form 46 of 32 deliveries with 4 fours and 2 sixes. So they made light work of Nepal, which they should, right? They didn't underestimate them, they just came and battered them, right? Let us go to the next match that they played. It was against Italy. And again, they made light work of this. And this is what we expect West Indies to do. When they play against the lesser nation in terms of cricket, in a cricket sense, they should be battering these nations. We should be teaching them a lesson, you know, because we are a powerhouse when it comes on to cricket. We need to show them that, and this is what West Indies did in this, is doing so far in this tournament by making 165 for 6 in the Italy match, right? With the highest run score in that match would have been Sheho, Captain Fantastic, indeed. And of course, 76 of 46 delivery with 6 fours and 4 sixes. Absolutely awesome. As I said, they made light work of Italy. Italy only make 123 runs. All right. And then, of course, they made it to the Super 8 with teams like India, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwe, they started off bowling very tight. I must give them credit for that. You know, I didn't get to watch the match entirely. I was at work, you know, on and off. But Zimbabwe came out and bowling very tight. You know, got a few quick wickets. But you know who came to the crease? Hetmeyer came to the crease, and they made a mistake of dropping. Yeah man, he gave them a sitter, gave the man on the boundary a sitter, and he dropped it. And Hetmeyer just stepped on the gas. He never looked back, right? He made 85 of 34 runs. He made 85 of 35 deliveries. Sorry, 85 runs of 34 deliveries with 7 fours and 7 sixes. Imagine that. 7 fours and 7 sixes. This man is in tremendous form, and long may it continue. Listen, it wasn't done there because I think Rutherford came in and made 31 of 13 deliveries. Romaro Shepherd made 21 of 10 deliveries. These men weren't playing. They came to put on a show, and a show they did put on. Right? So bring on who is next. Bring on, we don't care who is next. West Indies isn't in a form. They are telling us that they don't care who they play, they're going to trash them. England, we thought England that put on a tougher challenge to West Indies, but it wasn't a match. West Indies make 254 for 6 against Zimbabwe. That's what we were asking for all this time, you know, for the batting unit to come together and bat. That right, we know you can, you know. So from the openers, they were a bit tight, but I tell you, they were a bit tight, but they showed them that, listen, we are not here to play. We are here to put you guys out of your misery. We are here to show you guys that we are the powerhouse of cricket, and you guys are the lesser nation. Just as it should be, right? But the next match West Indies have is South Africa, and that will be on Thursday at 4:30 a.m. I think Eastern Standard Time, the Caribbean time. All right, they'll be playing South Africa. I think South Africa beat India, so that will be a really tough match. So the West Indies will play in South Africa on Thursday at 4:30 a.m. That's going to be a very tough match because South Africa had beaten India. So guys, I just want you guys to just rally around the guys and just believe that they can do it. They have won 5 matches in a row, you know, and they have had a perfect record so far. I don't know if they're the only team that have done it. You know, I'm not really paying attention to other teams. I just focus on the West Indies because I really want to see, you know, what they're like, what they're up to. You know, if they're just catfishing us. No, but when they trash England, I knew, yes, they meant business. Right? So when Zimbabwe came around, I know that they're gonna, you know, take care of Zimbabwe. They're gonna fix Zimbabwe business. And in fix their business they did with a mammoth total of 250 odd. Can you imagine that? 250 odd. I tell you man, in a T20 World Cup. Even if you play on the lesser side, teams doesn't normally make that total, but West Indies did. So kudos to them. And let's cheer on the boys, man. Let's cheer on the boys. Let's cheer on the boys one more time. Let's cheer on the boys because we have to make sure that they get our support. Because when they're losing, you call them West Indies. We call them all sorts of names. So when they're winning, you must really run them. What do you think? this
region, but we have risen above to a planet night, to the will and leather, flame of fear undying love. The Caribbean nation is rising fast. The sun be cutting through our cloudy past. Across the world like a raging fire. As the sun shines, you know we're gonna take it higher. Let everybody be ready.
believe.
Everybody be prayer.